I am going to have my lovely co-host for the evening do a set for y'all. So give it up for Kelly Thomas.
Hello. I went to Europe recently. Thank you for the applause. So when I went to Europe, I heard that before you go, that Europe is a racist place, and that if you go there, you'll come back slightly more racist. And that's true. I did go there. I came back more racist towards British people. I don't like British people. Every single rude piece of shit who cut in line was all British, and every single one of them, I thought that it was going to be more like, oh, I'm terribly sorry, but I'm gonna just pop my way into the queue. No, instead they were like, every single one of them. I didn't like them. I even saw a miscommunication happen with my British Airways flight. Like, okay, so to be fair to the British Airways person, English was not this passenger's like first language, but to be fair to the passenger, English is my first language, and I didn't understand them. So what ended up happening is this British person was going down the aisle and she was asking people, "Do you want something to eat?" But the way her accent sounded, it was so thick, it came out as, "You want something sweet?" And so when she got down to the aisle, she got down to this person, and this person justifiably was like, "Do you want something to eat?" And she was like, "You want something to eat?" I'm not joking. I am not overemphasizing. She actually reached down and went, "Something to eat." It was awful. I had one kind of nice experience with a British couple. We were on this like sunset tour. It was in Lisbon. It was beautiful. Anyway, and I was asking them about themselves, and they told me where they were from, and they were like, "I'm from Nottingham." And my first thought in my head was like, "Oh, right, that's a real place." But instead, before I can even ask a single question about it, she immediately says, "Don't ask about Robin Hood." And in my head, I'm immediately like, that's all I want to ask about now. And I just thought it's so quaint and so nice to have something like that, like connected to your city, that's like the thing that people bring up. Because like whenever I bring up Portland to people, they're like, "Oh, your city was decimated by Antifa. I'm so sorry. Are you one of the houseless now, or do you live in the weed camps?" I wasn't sure. Something that I really liked about Europe that apparently they did not give a fuck about is in this Airbnb. Okay, so like, first of all, the Airbnb was like in a fucking castle, and this guy could not give a fuck about that. He was like, "I don't give a shit." But when he handed me the key in Lisbon in Portugal, they have fucking skeleton keys. This guy handed me a long ass key that was like that would open a real castle. And when I looked at it, I was like, "Oh my god, this is sick as fuck." And he was like, "Yeah, America's really good on that." He couldn't care less. I guess like maybe it's like, I don't know, if a European came into America and they're like, "Square door? What?" Yes. We have those. I tried to date sometimes. It's not very successful. I go the bad route that Amani uses, which is Grindr. And I had a guy recently, he sent me 10 dick pics. That's like an art portfolio of dicks. But one of my favorite ones was one of the hand, there was a picture of his dick, but a hand from off frame was holding it, had it in their hand. And it just like made me think about this like concept that you should never have just selfies in your social media profile. This guy just like really took it to heart. He's like, I want you to know I have a dick, but I also have friends. Okay. I have a social life. There was one guy who I really wanted to. I wanted it to go well. He was really sweet. He was really nice. He wanted to make me dinner for the first date. But here's the thing. His name is Chaz. Yeah, exactly. I feel like I could have told you that he cured cancer, but then I follow up with Chaz, and you're like, oh, that's so bad. I told him that I was going to tell this joke, and he wanted to throw out a redeeming factor about it. He was like, just make sure to tell them it's Chaz with 2 Z's. That's right. They completely turned it around. I've never been more insanely turned on. All right. I'm going to hand it off to our next comic.